All right, we are live and on stream.
I'm gonna mute myself because I've been coughing a lot, and I don't want to do that while you're on stream.
Oh, I just got a message that I'm streaming. Well, good thing my notifications were turned on, otherwise I'd never know. Well, that wasn't my proudest moment.
What is the source of your shame?
Ah. Do. Let's see, Aftershocks here, just taking care of a few bad guys. Looking for Councilwoman Simmons. Darn councilwomen, always hiding from you. Hey, bad guys, what you doing hiding in there? Waiting for an earthquake or something? Yeah, you are.
Is that the one where the boss comes out at the end and you have to fight a boss?
You know, let's not dwell on the future.
Oh, God.
I hope I got them all in there. I like how it even gets like dirt up on the walls. Oh, I see a bunch of chaos in our channel.
I didn't notice that.
I see a bunch of chaos. Nut! She just threw a boulder at him and knocked him upside the head. That's funny. The clean crew isn't going to be happy with all that dirt on the walls. This is true chaos. Looks like Aftershock, she likes to be a little chaotic herself, causing all these problems. It's funny because it's making like swampy sounds about like bubbling sounds. Because, you know, quicksand, I guess maybe it sounds like a marsh. I always thought quicksand was kind of like the silent killer, but what do I know? Been a long time since we had a really good story of someone dying in quicksand here in America. Makes for a really boring news cycle.
Sounds like a Florida man story to me.
Right? You just need like a nice Florida man story of some Florida man getting his candy ass stuck in some quicksand. Anybody else in this room? You guys usually come in threes. I knew it. There's always that guy around the corner, isn't there? Let's see, this quicksand's pretty interesting. So it essentially slows enemies down so much they may as well be immobilized. Negative 90%. Keeps them from flying away, which makes you really happy when you're fighting some of those whatchamacallit, longbow. It gives you... it gives them 25% defense debuff, so they're somehow even easier to hit. Yeah, it's a pretty gnarly debuff there. Now, here's the interesting thing, right? If they're immobilized, they'll almost always break out guns and start shooting you at a distance, right? But if they're slowed down in quicksand, they will waste a lot of time running. TV in the 70s made it seem like quicksand's much of a bigger... You ain't kidding, Chaos. I always thought I was going to die in quicksand as a kid. They made it pretty clear that was one of the major ways to... to die.
Except for blazing saddles.
Now, to be fair, he's breaking out the gun there. He's also getting knocked down a lot. Oh boy. Let's go ahead and use some boss bullshit on the boss. Wow. That domination on that first hit didn't even phase her. Ouch. Oh, about time I got her held. I didn't see if she was an elite boss or just a boss, but whew. Hey, Tammy, how are you doing today? Hey, Telahar, how are you doing? How's it going? Hey, Ladera, how's it going? I actually just did this mission on Fallout Queen. So if you haven't seen that video yet, it should be popping up soon. What character are we playing today? So we're starting off this right now with Aftershock. This is a level 12 Earth Dominator. Dominator. So, except now she's undercover, so she looks nothing like herself. Yep. I don't know. She might be better off with this power set. Glad the weekend's finally here. I would agree with you. We've had a pretty busy week over here. Had a pretty busy week. So here's a little funny tidbit for you guys today. So I was answering a person in my comment section on the video of how to solo a blaster, and he was giving me a bunch of unsolicited advice about build and all this other jazz. One thing that I thought was funny was he said I should stop, as playing a blaster, I should stop moving around so much. Because, you know, when you're moving around, you're wasting precious DPS. You're not attacking while you're moving. And I found that interesting because I was having a talk with people a few months ago about, you know, blappers. And I always say, like, the fact that you got to chase after things as a blapper or as a melee character reduces your DPS. And the feedback I got from that from experts in the field was basically that... that, you know, you move back and forth so quick and in between cooldowns, whatever, that it's really negligible, right? So it is kind of interesting that the meta, or the experts, who all know this game so much better than I do, it's really funny how some of them give me the advice of don't move around so much, and the other ones are like, yeah, moving around's not that big of a deal. Blappers are awesome because, you know, they just do so much damage. So I do find that super, super interesting. I love the fact that she picks up boulders out of the ground and just hurls them at people. That's never going to get old.
What power set is this?
Earth Dominator.
Okay.
Wow, did I just somehow manage to miss both these dum-dums? Okay, that just makes little girl very angry. It's just funny because I've made this character purposely small, but with these big, you know, boots and gloves type of things going on. So it just looks really hilarious. Like she's found, if you ever play like Legend of Zelda and Link finds the bracelets of strength that lets him move big boulders. It's pretty much like she's got that going on. And then the fact that one of her attacks pulls out this gigantic, enormous earth hammer. That just makes it even better. But yeah, she literally rips up a piece of ground out of the dirt and just goes, yay, there's a rock on your head. And it does fairly significant damage. The drawbacks on is that it's on a bit of a cooldown, but yeah. You bake your cake with what you got. I do love how all these guys are just dancing away. She just crushes them with the hammer. It's fine. Bonks them with the stone. It's fine. I just love how these guys are dancing like free. Look at this. This is just awesome. This is one of the best missions ever. Yeah, the character design on this one came out really good. I worked on it for, for a bit of time there. I just love the flashing lights and the people dancing, and even the bad guys are dancing, and I'm just standing right here about to kick all their butts. It's fabulous. It's like disco rave evening. Here's a rock upside the head. Conk. I love it. Yeah. And here's a big rock on your head. Whee! Conk. See, that's satisfying right there. See, that's the kind of stuff I love. The kinetics, the feel of it. Right? It's a mood, right? Moses. He's like, I'll get to her one day. No, you won't. Wait for it. Conk. It's a very satisfying power set to play, even if it's maybe not the meta or the most effective. It is super, super fun. Ugh, I felt like there was something behind me. I haven't forgot about you, buddy. Yeah, we definitely rock in the world. How you doing, Vostir? So one thing I think I'm gonna start doing is, it's not a big change, but one thing I'll start doing is I might start I need to start playing some Guild Wars too, so I might start streaming that. But it's probably going to keep City of Heroes on Mondays and Fridays like I normally do. Mondays and Friday nights. But if I'm streaming on the weekends or something, you might see some more Guild Wars 2 mixed in or something like that. Probably Guild Wars 2 because I really, really need to get back into that game. I paid for it. I need to play it. Sunk cost fallacy and all that other jazz. Look how much fun this guy's having. Oh, so many people, so much, so little time. Conk. Oh, who else can we conk? Oh, gotta be careful. Want to pace our conkings. Oh, she missed. And pull back there because I feel like somebody shoot me from the side. Oh, there they are. Ouch. Hopefully that hits her this time. Whoa, that hurt. Oh gosh. Ah, can't see where I'm at. Camera issues. Yeah, that was a little too close for comfort. Phew. Sometimes these people parties look totally hammered. Oh yeah, they're totally hammered. Oh, absolutely. Positively. Absolutely. Wait for it, conk. That's just lovely. It's like Hulk smash. Oh goodness, I keep thinking that's quicksand, and that's not quicksand. I don't want to get too close to those guys because I don't know if it's going to aggro stuff further on, so trying to use a little bit of discretion here. Just going to use ranged attacks. And this is one of the things I point out, you know, when people are like, sometimes I put brutes below sentinels. This is why. Brutes do have better defense and health. But sometimes the fact that you have to rush into situations because of your melee can sometimes get you into trouble. Now you can use a ranged attack to pull them back. At least you can try. But some of these bad guys will literally just sit back there and shoot you with guns then. You know, like, okay, you pissed them off, great. So you taunt them. Hopefully you took a taunt. I see people literally solo brutes without taking taunt, which I think is a big mistake. Because taunt is how you deal with ranged attackers. Hulk smash. And that's how this little lady takes care of business. Can't wait to do a character spotlight on this one. Level 13. Level up. Level up. So what y'all doing in the chat today? Everyone playing something, anything new, fun, exciting? Let me see if I got this. Well, you know what? I would have the tips around here for King's Row. Let me find a tip real quick. Let me grab a hold of this tip. Doing some Ouro missions. Nice, nice. Typing puns while gathering some enhancements on my 48 tanker. Nice. And Foster, do you like to group with that tanker a lot, or do you mostly solo? That's what I was looking for, my long-range teleporter. Room. We're just following the street here. Room. Follow the monorail. Room. Mostly solo. Oh, okay. Buy armor, street justice. And how's street justice treating ya? I think I have a street justice stalker. Because I do love playing stalker. We're going to play some stalker tonight. I need to knock out at least another high-level Ouro tonight for my spreadsheet. Question about 11, is there a benefit to not leveling up your security level and get yourself a lower level that you train up to? No. The only benefit, Godark, and welcome to the channel. The only benefit, and the only reason I'm not rushing to level her up is because it would be, mean a trip to a trainer somewhere and blah, blah. And I just want to finish off this mission real quick, but there's no benefit. You still get the benefit of, the system still considers you higher level, so it's still considering the enemies lower level, type of thing. That would be like level 12 enemies would be considered lower than me. So it's still calculating me in as a higher character. You like the brutality of it, especially if you're surrounded? Nice. Well, I could definitely show you my Street Justice Stalker, though she's nothing. Look, I didn't make a great outfit for her. If I like it, I'll make a better outfit for her. Some of my characters I just throw together really quick, and I'm like, yeah, if I like it, then I'll spend the time into a cool outfit. Like Aftershock got here. Everyone likes Aftershock's outfit. It's very Earth themed. And the AI artwork came out really good on that one. Oh, there's a long-range teleport, like, right there. No, I don't want a long-range teleport. I'm in the middle of a dungeon, you stupid whatever. Oh my gosh, that threw me off. I have a Street Justice Shield Brute. She's great fun. Nice. It's all about bringing justice to the streets. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Conk. Oh, I should probably turn off these travel powers so my endurance doesn't go through the floor. You have a video on how you create your AI video? I do. It's in the new player playlist. I believe I stuck it in the new player playlist. It's pretty easy to find-ish. Those streets do need some justice. They do. By the way, like here's a menagerie of a whole bunch of artworks I've done. This is my Just Phil. This was our 1,000 subscriber special stream. Ooh, my hair is a little fluffy from my shower, but you can see we have lots of different artwork for our characters around here. One of my favorite ones is speaking of stalkers, is my staff stalker. She's a lot of fun, and I like the outfit. I guess I like the black and gold look. So that she does share that with Aftershock, but Aftershock's outfit just came out a little bit better, I think. But this one, that one, she's based off of a certain Batman character, so you probably see the resemblance there. And then the lady to the right or left, or depending on but the blue lady with the ice hands, that is a scrapper, regeneration ice scrapper, and she's been turning out to be more fun. So, yeah. Yeah, so we have quite a few different outfits here. Speaking of, shield, you see my shield war mace scrapper there in the middle, the wing lady. That is totally not Hawk Girl. And, yeah. And my tank, my Donatella tank lady. Yeah, so we got quite a bit of art. Yeah, Staff Stalker's really fun. I'll show you some characters after I finish this story arc, and I get some water. I gotta get some water because I'm really kind of thirsty. And if you want to see some of my characters in action, I'm always happy to take requests if somebody wants to see a Stalker or a Sentinel or any of the 50 characters that I have, or just name an archetype. I have just about all the archetypes outside of the epics. I don't really solo war shades and such. Here, let me conk you with that. How do you miss with the stone mallet? She literally has a 95% chance to hit on all these powers, and I'm still missing. Stupid game. Uh-oh. Oh, I remember this mission now. This is the brutal mission. I don't know if she can pull this off. This is a really tough boss up here. Like, really brutal boss. So he's up around here, and he can be pretty ugly. He's usually around the corner up here. I'm going to try to clear off some of these other people first. The good news is my domination power is up, so... I just love... She, like, threw that barrel so far, it's not even funny. That was like going for the real long jump and barrel tossing. Here's another long throw. Long toss. Ah, this character's so much fun. Okay, what do we have here? So those are regular dudes. But the problem is that guy right there. Here he comes, I've aggroed him. Oh, and then they blind the screen with that. Look at that, my health's already halfway down. There's your little puppet all gone. Gosh, can you stop hitting me for like 2 seconds? Yeah, I don't have any defenses, and half my holds don't work on him because he's a freaking elite boss. This is always the problem with elite bosses. Oh, and I forgot to buy freaking daggers. Woo! Look at how low my health was. Oh, I have a health. Whew. Look, that was how low my health was. Whew. Let's see. Characters are inspired by more known characters. Oh, fudge. Get back up, get back up. I'll read your comments in a second, because that guy decided to bring back his little minion after me. Creating characters that are inspired by more known characters is pretty much what the comic books do for decades now, so that's good in my book. I have some characters that are made off of characters from my comics. I have some characters that are based off of like DC Marvel comics. I have some characters that are just completely like, you know, made up out of thin air because of the power sets in the game or whatever have you. So I got a little bit of everything within my 50 characters. That's why I do the character spotlight videos, and I oftentimes talk about, you know, what makes some of the special ones more special. Fudge. This is going to be what kills me. What, boo boy? What, boo boy? Well, give me like 1 minute. Oh yeah, this was exciting too. I'm surprised I survived through this one too. I'll convert these 3s into health in case I need an extra health. Now we gotta get out of here in 1 minute. That's assuming he decides to actually keep up. And then this guy keeps calling up more of his frickin' Hell Knights, so that's not very helpful. Come on, buddy. Let's keep going. Standing outside the fire. Life is not tried, it is merely survived if you're standing outside the fire. Yeah, I need to take the cat. Let me get some drink here, but this should do the mission right here. 6 reward merits. Yes, I'm rich. 6 reward merits. Yeah! I did, my level 22, 21 solo self-funded character has 20 million influence and another 20 million or so in merit rewards. So you do make money off of these things if you milk them. All right. Let me just turn that into the contact real quick. And that is the end of that. And that brings me up to 13.5. So yippee-ki-yay. And let me safely teleport the Ouroboros here. I'll be right back. I'll take care of the cat. We will be right back, boss. Alrighty, we are back. Like a heart attack. If I had a little bit more experience, it'd be 14. So I'll show you the array of characters, Talahar. We have a whole bunch of sentinels, from energy blast to fire blast to the electric blast that drains your endurance with electric. We have the worst sentinel ever made, Psychic Ice, just to see if I could do it. This is the least unpopular for a reason. And then my newest addition, Unworld Knight, is a Dark Blast Regeneration Sentinel, just to see if I could. Then we have a bunch of Dominators, from Mind Control to Pyrotechnic Control, Symphony with Martial Arts, Arsenal Control. This one's really just come online, this mini Shocker, and then Aftershock you've seen. And then Mirage Monarch is the solo self-funded character on the villain side. So I've been playing this one without double XP. She's been working her way slowly up the ranks. And I do these story arcs and I put them in a playlist while I read them out loud. So you can find that whole thing. You can see this character rise up. On Corruptors, we have Aqua Force, which is Water Blast with Storm Summoning. We have Fire Blast with Time Manipulation here. This one's actually been a lot of fun. Sonic Attack with Dark Miasma was a Banshee concept, not even after a particular superhero or anything, just kind of the idea of a ghost risen from the dead, but a more modern superhero take on it. We have Dark Blast Nature Affinity with Root of Sorrow. I've not played this one a lot because I've got another Stormblast character, but we'll get to later. But and then I've not played this one either a whole lot. Ice Blast Radiation Emission. This is one that I was playing with Yuki, but I haven't seen him around in a while. Electric Blast, Electric Affinity Corruptor. And then this one is another one that's been very rarely played. I picked this one just because nobody else is playing it. Energy Blast and Trick Arrow Corruptor has actually been a lot of fun. And then another solo self-funded character in Fallout Queen. This was the community-made character with Stormblast and Radiation Emission. So she has a bunch of story arcs that I read out loud for you in the appropriate play folder. And then in Blaster, we have Beam Rifle, Fire Blast, Assault Rifle, Sonic Blast or Psychic Blast with Plant Manipulation, Seismic Blast, and Water Blast. Mastermind, we have Robotics, Thugs, Beast Mastery, and this brand new Demon Summoning character. Under Controllers, we have Dark Puppet, who controls darkness. Arctic Bride, who was left at the altar. Now she's got a heart made of ice. Flicker Fuse. Fire Control Kinetics Controller. Oh, have I really not played Flicker Fuse for 26 days? Oh my gosh. And Thorn Tempest, Plant Storm. Oh fudge, I meant to hit next page, not start the game. Oops. Quit. Oh, stop it with the pop-up screens. I hate pop-ups. Look at me. No, look at me. No, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Let's see here. And then we have our brutes. Sirocco, Savage Melee, Fiery Aura, Winter Axe, Battle Axe, Invulnerability, Slice and Shock, Claws Electric, and the Indomitable Bulk, Super Strength, Willpower, and don't ask me about this outfit, Green Bertha, Titan Weapon, Bio Armor, and Stalker. Stalker. There is... The Demon Stalker really looks like a Demon Stalker, right? My main character Stalker is Katian, who is totally not Psylocke, the Sonic Melee Ninjutsu Stalker. Iron Willow, who I mentioned before, is the staff fighting. This one's been a lot of fun because the super reflexes plus the staff defense means that she's hardly ever hit, and she is very much based off of a particular Batman character. Photon Rush is the kinetic melee energy aura Stalker, and then the Brooklyn Stalker, that is appropriately spelled, is Street Justice super reflexes. So that's that character there. And then my main scrapper is totally not Hawkgirl. And she is Falcon Flight with War Mace and Shield. Nobume's Dual Blades Dark Armor, based off of an animated character from an anime I've never seen. Rena Frost is the Ice Melee Regeneration Scrapper I told you about. Cassie No. Totally doesn't look like a certain movie character. Sonic Melee Regeneration Scrapper. And Zhengzhou, Martial Arts Willpower Scrapper. So I haven't played him too much at all. And then just a few tankers, because I don't think tankers are the most fun things in the world too. Solo, but Donatella is the main one. With bio armor and staff fighting actually gets through things decently quickish enough, I suppose. Tiny Tanker was a suggestion from the community. Ice Armor Spines Tanker. And then Sudden Shakalaka. He's me playing around the Sonic. If you ever want to play around the Sonic Melee set that they made, I usually pick this guy here. I think, though, it would be better on a Brute or a Scrapper, honestly. It's a good single target, but I'll see if it comes online later. My main defender that I used to run my last supergroup with was Cindelia, an Empathy Sonic Attack Defender. And then a couple of just things I've been testing out with Burning Poisona, which I did a video on this one recently. And then Thermal Lapse, which is actually the exact same powers as Chrono Crossfire from the Corruptor. They're just reversed because she's a defender. So, yeah. So I think that is it. That is it for the characters. He's huge. Uh-oh, who's huge? Oh, my son Shakalaka. First of all, he has a really cool name. Second of all, he is really big. I kind of envision him as being like that, kind of like Captain Marvel, just this big, huge guy with the hood on, like Captain Marvel sometimes has. Shazam. You know, I thought Shazam, but with a little bit more of a kind of a Roman theme. So, tankers are amazing. In soloing, I have been working a lot with Donatella lately, and I have been playing with this character, I think, on × 4, which I don't normally do, but she's a tanker, she can handle it, and with the staff, just you get basically good XP per hour by just using the staff to do a bunch of AoEs and wear them down along with the aura. So, is there something you guys want to see in particular? Start running a dual-bladed ninjutsu. Any tips? You know, hey, Drum, welcome to the channel. I think I've seen you here before, but maybe I got short-term memory. With dual blades, it's really just figuring out the combos and getting used to them and knowing which ones to use, you know, in the situation that you're in. Because they give you different, you know, they give you different effects on dual blades. So just paying attention to that. That's your big, you know, that's your big key thing to really hone in on when you're playing dual blades. I haven't done ninjutsu secondary. I think that's probably a blind spot for me. You're new? Oh, thank you for saying that, Drum. I'm glad you're enjoying it. What kind of content do you like the most? She gets things done slowly. Yeah, I'll tell you, when it comes to tankers, when it comes to soloing tankers, you want to focus on their AoE attacks and buffing those up as much as possible. So if you take a look at Donatella or, you know, like I said, Sun and Shakalaka, I'm trying to work on him a bit more. They did buff melee a bit, so I think the AoE's a titch better. But right now, I think, honestly, all three of these, I could give you examples. Let's play Tiny Tanker for a bit because it's been a while. But the idea is that with soloing tankers, your XP per hour is going to be pretty low, and you're going to not feel very awesome unless you really lean into their AoEs. And Homecoming has given their AoEs greater range than any other melee class, understanding that you know that's where they need to shine at in order to just get up to normal killing speed, you know, to kind of make up for their lack of pure DPS. So that's what you really want to focus on. So if you take a look at, like, if we take a look at maybe his powers here, I've been a while since I looked at this character, but you're going to see like Spine Burst here, which is his AoE. So Spine Burst here, I have got this right now set for 3 damage. It's got more slots than any other power, and we got it for 3 damages with an accuracy. And honestly, if I level them up again, I might put a recharge or 2 in here, right? 10-second recharge. We want that to recharge even faster. In fact, I don't know how bad stamina is for him, but I might take a stamina out and put it over to here, which you can do very easily now in Homecoming if you need to do that. You don't have to respec for that. You'll see Yeah, and then let me see if his frozen armor, we have icicles. You see, I've got, I've got that double slotted for damage and some endurance reduction because it really does hit your endurance pretty hard. But another one to consider another like accuracy or damage in here. You just really want to lean into your AoEs, and whatnot. Yeah. Now, like you're starting up 12 years, Homecoming's different than the OG. It is very different, Drum, and I'm glad you're finding those new heroes, new tips, hot tips. Anytime you see me streaming, I usually stream City of Heroes on Mondays and Friday nights. And then during the weekends and stuff, I sometimes stream other games like Guild Wars. I don't know, would you guys be more interested in Guild Wars 2 or Star Trek Online? I find that streaming MMOs is what usually gets most people's attention, but I do need to spread out a little bit from City of Heroes from time to time. But Mondays and Fridays almost always play City of Heroes. And regardless of what I'm playing, you're always welcome to come and ask me City of Hero questions. But yeah, so you're really focusing on AoEs with these characters and just honing in on that with these tankers. And then with that, of course, you're going to be focusing on your defense as well. Look, his defense is all the way up to 25%, which is pretty darn good. Then you're going to crank the difficulty in terms of your whatchamacallit, the number of enemies at once. You want to crank that bad boy up at least one more higher than you would normally in most other characters. So if you're used to doing ×2 at level 23, you can do ×3 on a tanker. And let your AoEs wear them down. And then they'll all die at once, and it's great. Or very close together, or something like that. Yeah, been playing old school builds. Haven't played any sets that weren't on live. Oh, well. Let's see here. What level is this guy? 23. 23. So if we do Master of Destruction, maybe. Can we do a Master of Destruction? Right? Hey, Uxerex. I think it's the first time seeing you too. A lot of first-time viewers today. Let me see what this one is. Ice armor. $38 seconds. Okay, something to use there to refight essentially. So let's see what the mission is set as. So this is set to ×3. Normally I would fight with ×2. At level, 19 to 29, as usually most of my characters are ×2. Yeah, as for Star Trek, I have a problem with the Cryptic Studio games is that I spend way more time in the character generator than actually playing the game. I play Starfleet Command on my iPad. Nice. I usually embed by now that post you did on the forums a couple of weeks back got me look into your stuff, and YouTube put you on the stream for the page. Oh, and I don't post a lot on the forums or on Reddit anymore because those aren't exactly the most happy places in the world. So I don't always spend a lot of time on them. Oh, yeah, we do need to change our artwork, right? Do we have a picture for our little tiny tank? Let's see. Do we have a tiny tank picture? I think we do, guys. Look at that. Isn't he cute? He's a little villainous tiny tank. Yeah, thank you for the reminder. Oh, I gotta defeat all of these guys anyways. This is a defeat all, so I was about to zip to the end, but no, we get to defeat this nice big clump of guys over here, so nothing could possibly go wrong. Now don't forget, as a tanker, you've got Taunt. Helps to bring them in nice and close for you. And you could just see here, not a single, there's no particular one of these that's going down super fast, but they're all just getting kind of worn down by my, by my AoEs and stuff. Usually what you want to do, and I didn't do a great job of it here, is you'll focus your single target attacks on the lieutenant and then go from there. So when you compare this to my other characters, he's not going through the Paxa guys quite as fast, but he is doing overall more killing per hour. Or I would say equal killing per hour at least. And you can see they just fall over, right? Look at that. You see how they all fall over? All those minions? You don't need to focus your damage on the minions, right? You're going to get them in the AoEs. You're just going to focus mostly on the lieutenants with your single attacks and focus them on your cones. So drastically different than yours? Oh, well, there you go. Reddit is cesspools. It's a tanker. It's a tanker on a tanker. Okay, that is funny. You got me on that one. Yeah, that's funny. You can see, like, at the end of the day, you get through them pretty quick. And, because he's a tanker, he's surviving, like, jumping into a group of these a lot better than any of my other melee characters could. This is set to ×3. Most of them are ×2, and they struggle, and he's just like, yeah, Let me go ahead and try to yank these guys around the corner. They're too into me, these weird-ass range attacks and all this jazz. See, there's a Fang agent back there. Honestly, he's just wearing them all down just by existing. That's all he does. See? They all melt. They all melt. Tons of options. Oh, yeah, no, totally. Yeah, just as long as you guys realize my way is the right way and all of you are wrong, that's all that's important at the end of the day. He's a cute little tank, and he's killing them softly with his song. Killing them softly. Oh, I can see these two guys hiding over here. This is where a tank gets kind of slow, when you get like a little extra group over here, and you have to go out and out of your way and separately kill them. Could have killed them all at the same time if they were, with the rest of the group. Your blaster solo villain. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, if you let me to show, if you guys need me to, I can definitely do another. I can do a blaster. I can do anything on here. Oh yeah, no, definitely. Let's see here. Taunt this guy over here. Really kind of sucks to only beat up one at a time. It's just not the tanker way. You know, get in there and get a whole bunch of other guys, you know? Make it a party. Suck their juices. All you guys over here with your darn little arrows. I hate these arrows. Thip, 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 thip. Cheater arrows. Oh, you know, the other thing I forgot to talk about when playing a tanker is make sure you actually use your inspirations. Just to increase your damage, if nothing else. Come back here. I swear, you chicken shiz that like to hang out here. Because the other thing about playing with more enemies turn on at once is you're going to get inspirations out the butt. So you may as well use them. Well, let me... Well, I was going to say let me recharge first, but I seem to have aggroed something. Oh, well. Let me aggro these guys over here. Now, probably not the worst idea just to come in here and drag them a little bit closer. Never hurts. Oh, that actually hurt. So, yeah, fun fact number 822, your tanker helps to make up for his lack of damage by eating inspirations like nobody's business. Because he gets inspirations like nobody's business if you group them all up like this. And you just do a whole bunch at once. More inspiration, more DPS. Hit like and subscribe for the algorithm. Well, I always appreciate that. It's the naming thing. I have a character concept in mind. Imagine a great name, but of course it's already taken on the server I want to play. Yeah. It's a pain in the butt. You can always do the dash thing, the space thing, the you know, my put all the word all new in front, like Stardust was taken, so now she's the all new Stardust. Not to be confused with that crusty old person who took my name a long time ago. I was about to say, did I get them all? No, there's a guy up here. Or two guys, whatevs. Yeah, he still gets through his lieutenants decently fast there. He's not the slowest nugget in the world. Killer Nugget, coming soon to a theater near you. The little Killer Nugget. See how far his melee reached, you know, on that one? That was a lot of reach. Boom. Just kill them all at once, just like that. Any tips for targeting binds in big groups? I tend to get lost in melee. Not really. I just click and I either tap, or I just click. You'll see me do it here. So I'm supposed to be focusing mostly on the lieutenants when they're in big groups like that with this build. You're right, with the tankers, you wanna focus on the lieutenants because the minions will basically die to your AoEs. So, I mean, I mostly just click. I'm a clicker. I do have people that make fun of the fact that I click. Bring them around here. See, there's my lieutenant, so I'm going to click on him and just go to town on him. And I'll let my AoEs just hit everything around me. Be positioned to get a good cone attack in. And then for the next guy, I just double click the attack power. It's just going to go on to the next guy in melee range. So I don't normally target that guy individually. Ooh, hello, bad guys. So many bad guys. Come on, you guys know you want to come around here and get a little bit of something here. See, this is what you want to do. You want to gather them all up, and then, boom. And like I said, focus on the lieutenants. And spread your love. If you got more than one lieutenant, don't focus on one singular lieutenant, because wear the first one down, and just see how fast. See how I take them all down at once, guys? That's how you do a tanker. That's how you solo a tanker right there. It'll take you longer to get through missions and earn merit rewards, but you will get decent XP per hour. Got like those spines going in all the different directions. Well, I thought I was going to be able to get him in a cone. By the time I figured out where I could get him in a cone, my AoE was ready. Yeah, you could stand on a box to attack. Better yet, stand inside the box to kind of hoard them all up is usually the best way to go if you got an open crate next by. Yeah. You put the closest enemy on tilde. There you go. It's a good epic set for a brute. It totally depends on... It would depend on, really, you know, what you're looking for, what flavor you're looking for, right? It definitely depends. The nice thing is it's easy to respec in this game if you don't like the epic set you get. But honestly, I've been trying to determine that for Sirocco, because she's definitely at the level where she could get that. I took a look at them. I don't know. I wasn't too happy with any of them for that character. So you can see here, Nugget's doing pretty good. ×3, no problem. This isn't a super smashing build or anything, right? There's no big secret here. It's just the fact that he can do that because he's a little tanker guy. He's got pretty high defense, especially when he uses his rhyme doohickey. I can't see my character now. Oh, little nugget, slow but steady wins the race. Man, this kill-all's brutal. So yeah, I find that this works. I don't find this the most exciting gameplay in the world myself, but it works. It does work. So I don't know, do you guys like the solo tankers? Do you like this? Do you think this looks cool? What do you think? Little chicken nuggets getting the job done. Oh, it seems cool to you. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Little ice nugget. He sees what you're laying down there. Uh-oh. Oh, we definitely have a bit of spawns and stuff or something coming in there. All coming in at once there, so... definitely want to be a little bit more strategic about this so I don't get overwhelmed. Yeah, that was a lot even for a little nugget there. Yeah, a little ambush while I was already kind of down on resources there. They all decide to spring in at once and jump on the poor little nugget. But this he's covered in spikes. Yeah, I don't know if you want to throw yourself at something covered in spikes. That might not end well. Oops, that is not what I meant to do. I'm not a big fan of the you have to run around the corner to do the thing, but you need to run around the corner a lot of times to do the thing, as people point out to me often. Oh yeah, look at this, another big group right here. Luckily, I just leveled up, so these guys get the power of like 800 inspirations thrown at them. Yeah, I think my defense is 62%. Good luck hitting me. The nice thing about a defensive-based tank is it only takes like 1 purple to basically make you untouchable. You know, it just doesn't even matter anymore. Spikes ahoy! Okay, cool name 1? What's cool name 1? What do you mean by cool name 1? Oh, cool name 1? Oh, don't put a 1 at the end. Do something like all new, or put a hyphen, or, you know, sometimes I put like a capital I instead of an L, and that looks like an L to me. Wow, there's another group here. And that'll sometimes work just fine. Well, Tiny Tank's just taking them all out. They keep throwing them at Tiny Tank, and Tiny Tank just takes it all on the chin. He doesn't care. Also, Tanker has a health pool that 1 slipping through and landing on doesn't put you at death's door. There we go. That's all of them. Wow, I got them all in the first go around. Nice. Soccer Scrapper kind of has to panic if a decent hit slips through. Well, yeah. Yeah, it's just, you know, occasionally, yeah, occasionally the thing with I mean, it kind of depends on what you're going for your defenses, but one of the reasons I tend to like defense a little bit more, even on a Stalker, is your panic button. If you have a few purples, which you should always have some purples in reserve, hey, you got 3 endurances, combine them into a luck, boom, you got another purple. But always have some purples in reserve, because it only takes 1 purple to turn even a Stalker into a deity, and get through some of that stuff pretty easily, and whatnot. So you should always have a panic button. And inspirations can definitely pull you through a rough spot. The problem is, you know, if you're not careful, you got to use that purple while you still have health. Don't wait until you're like almost out of health, because that would be most unfortunate. Now, normally this mission takes me 30 minutes on normal character. We'll see how long it takes on this tanker guy. Hey, SL, how's it going? So for those of you just joining, a couple of thoughts for today. One is, you know, a little bit of an announcement is that I'm going to continue to stream City of Heroes on Mondays and Fridays. But if I stream, like, I don't have any other scheduled streams I do, but I do spontaneous streams based on what the free time that I get. I'll probably be doing either something like a Star Trek Online or Guild Wars 1 or Guild Wars 2. I was kind of curious if anybody had any thoughts as to what they, you know, they prefer to see one over the other. But they'll be spontaneous streams. I'll just show up on YouTube and I'll just say, hey, JCServant's playing this, yay. Just to mix it up for my own sanity, so I don't get completely burned out on playing City of Heroes all the time. 2 forklifts and 2 supply piles to destroy. And the second thing is, I've had, I was telling the story about how we were doing conversations about the meta and blappers, right? And blappers basically being your blasters that attack with melee powers. And I said, well, running back and forth either to chase people down or whatever the case may be, I said that would lower their DPS. And people told me back then, it's like, no, Phil, because you run so quick, it's really not a big deal. And whatnot. Now, the reason why I say this is funny is because earlier today, someone in comments said that when they were watching my How to Blaster video, that I ran around too much and I was sacrificing precious DPS. So, I don't know what you guys think about. Do you think that running around cuts into your DPS? Do you find that? Do you find that a thing quite a bit, that it's cutting into your DPS? Let me know what you think about that. GW1 would be cool. Yeah. There's definitely, it's because I don't know. They basically re-released GW1 lately with a couple of very, very small quality of life things, and it definitely fits this niche of older MMOs, right? So that's pretty cool. Yeah. That is pretty cool. So that's one supply chain destroyed. Let's see if I can find another supply. Is that a forklift? No. That's a supply chain right there. You know, being a tanker just means drop in the middle of them and not apologizing. Just go ahead and do it. Honestly, the funny thing is I destroy the objective on accident just by being next to it long enough. Only time running is a big problem when the enemies run away. Super annoying then. Oh yeah, when the enemies are running away, it's always a pain in the butt. It's another reason I tend to prefer range characters, because I usually just pew-pew them as they're running away. They think they're smart, and then I just pew-pew them to death. It's fantabulous. Just says I need to destroy the pile, not beat up all of you guys. Well, there's another supply chain over there. Well, this is a lot of longbow here. There we go. See, if you just stay in the thick of it long enough and you focus on survival, they'll fall down. All of them, eventually. It'll happen. Ah, well, that was satisfying. Lots of dead people all around. Oh, look at you. Aren't you just the brave soul? Let's see. I love spines. It's really good steady killing. I can only imagine how this feels on something like a brute, you know, or a scrapper. I bet you it's really, really good. Here on a tanker, it's just very, very solid, steady killing. And since the tanker can survive longer, I can go ahead and amp the number of enemies and multiply the you know, the number of enemies I can kill at once to basically kind of equal out what I would do on a brute anyways. And it's working out pretty good overall. Now I have to look for what, another crate and two forklifts. I have not seen a forklift yet. I'm not exactly sure what kind of forklift I'm looking for. A tiny one, a big one, in between one. Man, I used to think, like thinking of forklifts, I think of these big, huge construction dealies. If I'm not really seeing it here. So what's your preference in character start? Blue, red, yellow? Red, I play a lot of villain. This guy's a villain here. I definitely prefer the red side. They have, there's a number of reasons for that. Number one, they get off to a really strong start with their merits. So it gets you merits really early. Within the first hour, you can have 2 million influence. I have a video showing you how to do that. Number two, their story arcs are just a little bit more interesting to me overall, even though they're all kind of, a lot of them are kind of corny and stuff and whatnot. Yeah, Praetoria is very, very interesting. The only reason I wouldn't vote Praetoria is is that it lets me down in the end, right? Like, of course, I guess they all do in a way, but Praetoria lets you off really fast because you hit level 20 and it's like, okay, it's time to go join the heroes or the and it reminds me so much of World of Warcraft. I hate that. Right, so World of Warcraft, I play undead. I really like the undead story. Start at level 1, you're given the story as to why you're undead, blah, 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 blah. And that's really, really cool. Oh, that's a forklift right there. Oh, it's a forklift. Oh. Okay, your forklift's gone. You're welcome. Oh yeah, so for like the first 15 levels, which go by pretty quickly, you're doing this undead stuff, you're getting to know about the lore, this character you picked, and it seems really, really cool. And they're like, now go join the rest of the Horde. You know, same thing I think if you pick like Pandarians, the panda people, first 10, 20, 30 levels, whatever it is, you're doing panda stuff, and now it's like, now pick the Horde or the Alliance. And it's so jarring, and it just feels like, okay. I mean, I guess sooner or later you had to do it, I suppose, but I was really interested in what the story you were telling for me. So I kind of feel that with Praetorian. I kind of feel like, okay. Well, I like Praetorian Star gets to be a jerk and feel praised for it, yeah. Building random side contacts. I liked the villain stories, particularly the beginning part of it, because it is like, you know, you're dealing with doing the bidding, essentially one of the lower lieutenants, and you're getting into a little bit of politics and the squabbling that happens below Arachnos's normal notice. And I feel like that was set up all pretty darn well. I do think they did a decent job of that. I for the most part, enjoyed it. Now, later on, you're dealing with more bosses and stuff, and it starts to become a bit rote, and but I get it. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. Arachnos has a big empire, and there's a lot of stuff that's below his pay grade, right? That he doesn't really, that he doesn't, he's delegating that to somebody else. I like some of the storylines. I've been reading them out loud for Fallout, or not Fallout Queen, but for Mirage Monarch, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Some of it's pretty good. The Ghost Widowy one, that was really good. That was really something else. Also, the missions are better paced than the hero missions overall on the villain side. Particularly once you get out of the lower levels, a lot of the missions there are between 30 and 60 minutes, whereas the hero ones can go all the way up to hours, especially in solo. Of course, this one's going to take me hours just to find the damn... There it is. There's the forklift. Gotta love those missions where you're just like, find the doohickey in the middle of the little city, and it's hard to spot. Yeah, but Praetorian's really nice. I felt like it had a lot of promise. I felt like you need to go further, like more than 20 levels. Are there a lot of caves on the villain side? Not as much as heroes. That's the other thing to be happy about. Not to say they never happen, they do, but they're not as bad. I think they learned some lessons. By the time they did villains, they learned some lessons. And so, I mean, you guys see me play villain missions all the time, and you can be your own judge. And now, they did also still have some missteps. I don't want to paint the picture like it's all complete roses, because it's not. They do a little bit more scripted events inside the mission, like spawn-ups that come and hunt your candy ass down, which really makes life hard for a stalker, because they automatically spot you and come after you, and it's really rude. And it ruins the whole point of playing a stalker. So it's not all peaches and cream, but for the most part, I find them a bit more, enjoyable. Really, a ton of psi-resistant dudes. That was kind of like, ugh. Because I was playing Mental Dominator. I soloed a Mental Dominator all the way up to 50. And boy, you want to test how much you enjoy soloing. Try soloing a Dominator, a Mental Dominator, through all those stupid Arachnos things. They say psi resistance is rare on the player side, but when it comes to Arachnos agents, man, they're handing it out every day, let me tell you. And there we go. So that took 42 minutes on this tanker. This would take 30 minutes on a normal character. So the tanker was slower, but I think he got much more XP. Well, yeah, he definitely got more XP out of that than your normal stalker or something, because I could handle more enemies at the time. So, but it took longer. I think like XP per minute wise is about the same. But merits per hour is slower because I'm taking those missions, slower to do all that. So there's a trade-off there. Destroy a couple of forkless villain missions. Yeah, still. Yeah, well, I mean, most of these missions come down to blow a bad guy up at the end, kill a couple of people. I'm sorry, arrest a couple of people. Do some property damage. Whereas less Rocky Miserable Kings, much less Or and Banga. Yeah. Let's see here. So glacial armor. Well, let's see. Makes negative energy X lens. Reduces cold damage, cold debuff, permafrost. Gives you resistance to cold, some fire, some minor smashing lethal, negative. Energy psionic resistance. Like how minor are we talking about here? Ooh, 5% jump back jack. Woo. I mean, if I already had a lot of resistance, that'd be cool. 5 more percent is 5 more percent. But when you have like no resistance or hardly any, 5% is literally a small number. Impale. You can throw a single spike at a target that does moderate damage but contains a spine toxin. Can impale the saving and reducing regeneration, which would be good for bosses. Let's see what it does. 51 targets, single target. Immobilize. 100% regeneration rate for 15 seconds. It's on a 10-second cooldown, so this is going to help you get through bosses decently well. I think Impale it is. Impale. Bless the baby. Let's see here. Impale. Finished my weekly Friday night D&D game. How's it going, Spiff? How are you doing? Yeah, we were just talking about the different factions and whatnot. But I always tell people, I do often tell people, you should solo, a character or two through Neutropolis at least. You should definitely do it. Yeah, it's still a product of its time at the end of the day. Yeah, definitely. There's going to be jank. There's always jank in these things. If I play Guild Wars 1 here, Guild Wars 2, Star Trek Online, you guys are going to see... And Guild Wars 2 has a little bit less jank. It's a little bit more modern, but it's not that much more modern. It's surprising how old that game is. It's got a ton of expansions. But it's still got some jank. I've been through... I already beat the base game, and I'm doing the story arcs on that one, and it's jank. It's got some jank. But, yeah. Let's do some Jane Getaway. Let's do some Blaster. Let's do a villain. Or since we're talking about villains, let's try some more villain story arc here. Well, the villain or the heroes, we'll definitely get to go through those. I'll read those out loud, right? A lot of times I don't stop and read these missions I'm playing them because most of them put me to sleep. But I do read them out loud on those. Well, we could do a Fallout Queen. We could do a Mirage Monarch or Fallout Queen episode now recorded, and I would get a little bit closer to that. Yeah. What do y'all want to see? You want to see Mirage Monarch, or you want to see Jane Getaway here, the Blaster, or Mirage Monarch, the Dominator, or do you want me to do some Fallout Queen, the Corruptor, the Storm Radiation Corruptor? Let's see. Let me just take a look here since I'm mentioning First Ward and stuff. Let's take a look and just double check on a high level character. So I think First Ward and Night Ward are higher level. Let's see what the level range is on it. Oh, 20 to 30? Ooh, that's not too bad. Jane Getaway could do 20 to 30. Actually, if it's 20 to 30, let's see. Do those missions show up for a level, let's say 30? Let me go to a villain. Go back to Jane Getaway. I don't have high level Storm Blast. I just have the... yeah, we can do Fallout. She's Storm Blast, though, but she's not high level yet. She's level 15. I've been working her up for the videos. 16, maybe. Maybe she's 16. So let me see here. So this First Ward stuff. What episode was First Ward? First Ward was... episode... 21. 21. So these are probably your First Word storylines. Yeah, here it is. First Word 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and I've done a couple of these, but I didn't, like I said, I've read them, but I kind of skimmed them. I think it's more fun when I'm going to bring one of those characters up here, up to this level, either Fallout Queen or Raj Monarch, and I'll read those out loud. So I think it'll be more fun if I do it on one of those. It's a shame. Richard, yeah, that's a shame that it doesn't carry on that story. All right, so we got a couple people who said they want to see some Fallout Queen, so let's do some Fallout Queen here. Yeah, she is 16. She is coming along, but we're not using double XP, so Fallout Queen is kind of coming along the old-fashioned way. She is at least now doing Ouroboros, and that's pretty good. And whatnot, so let me take a look here. She has not a lot of influence. Let's just double check to see where her salvage is. She has 47 reward merits. She needs a lot more reward merits. I need to get some reward merits on this character like ASAP. I need to get to 100. Love Night Ward. I do double, so my rules for double XP, these are totally hard, fast rules that are never to be broken, and I have the best rules out of everybody, okay? So, my normal rule of thumb is I have 3 tiers. 3 tiers. First off, there's the solo self-funded characters that I've been doing the stories for YouTube. Those characters do not use double XP at all. At all. They've been leveled up from 1 just doing story arcs. They're solo self-funded. And one of the goals is to see just how much influence and how many merit rewards or whatever. Merit rewards are liquidable. That they have basically by the time they get to level 50. Plus, it forces me to slow down and read things out loud and do more story arcs. Then there is my characters that I really enjoy playing. For characters I really enjoy playing, I will use 8 hours of double XP, which is usually enough to get them, I don't know, into the 20s or so. And then when it runs out, it runs out. And then there's the third tier. The third tier is the kind that I don't like playing as much, and I don't want to spend too much time with them. But I do want to level them up. I like them, but I don't love them. For those, I'll use double XP all the way up. That's mostly melee characters. Especially since I am trying to get at least one of every class up to 50, and I'm missing the melee classes. Sirocco, the Brute's 41, she's the closest. And I'm missing Controller. So those guys, I keep on double XP. At least the topmost character. So that's my double XP speech. Yeah. But yeah, here is Fallout Queen. But we need to get her some merit rewards. So let's I need to get her some merit rewards faster than later. But we are using storm cells and radiation and all kinds of stuff. So we're doing pretty good. No complaints with this character at all. She kicks butt. This is a community chosen character, and the community has chosen very, very well. So let's go to Ouroboros and pick a story arc to do with her. And we'll record this as an official Fallout Queen episode. Let's see. You know, it's not this. You know, no. And everyone should do what they want to do. For me, it's the characters I really enjoy. I want to savor that leveling experience, so that's why I don't double XP. I could just go and join a group or join a Ricky warship. We were talking about this earlier. A friend, he does Ricky all the time, and he's got like. He just has like I got all these levels doing it by this one time and whatever. It's like yeah, that's the way it tends to roll, right? So there's lots of faster ways. I could farm. I got a farming character I could farm. But I do want to enjoy the leveling process, and on the characters I really like the most, I want to enjoy it even more. I feel like there's somebody chaotic here, standing around here. Look at that. Yeah, it's under the smart vendor. The double XP is under the smart vendor, all the way at that's like the bottom option, I think. Okay, so let me take a look at the mission list here. The heroes just don't get as much merits early on, and then their merits come online. Ooh, Flux the Outcast. Ooh, he's worth some merit rewards, I think. The Hollows Chapter 2. And let me just check the last video I did with her. Was it Fella Queen, Officer Wilcock versus the Trolls? So I did the Hollows Chapter 1, this is the Hollows Chapter 2. This is a juicy one. This will take an hour, if it's what I think it is. And but it's worth 18 merit rewards, which I could really use. So yeah, that's a good one. I think if you level up to Norway and do story arcs, you'll get a bunch of merits along the way where money isn't a problem versus rushing. Yeah, this is true. Like if you use double, so right now in my head, if you solo but use double XP, you should have enough, and you do story arcs, you should have enough reward merits to get between 100 to 200 million influence. If you don't use double XP or you use it less or whatever have you, you can obviously increase that number, possibly even doubling it, but it took you twice as long to get there, right? Now, generally speaking, if all you care about is the money you make per hour, I would suggest you go ahead and double XP up to 50. And then, because when you're at 50 and you're doing story arcs, when you're exemplar down, so let's say you come here and you do Flux the Outcast as a level 50 character who's exemplar down. If I recall correctly, and I haven't scienced this out for a while, but we could do it right now if we want to. But if I recall correctly, you get a lot more influence per kill being exemplar down than if you were that level, right? And you're doing it at the level appropriate, because you get the influences if you were that level. You also get the XP as if you were that level, like the new level, the level you're currently at, like level 50. So you'll make more money per hour if you're 50 exemplaring down. So, there's all that. Yeah, then you could do flashback. Exactly, Tammy. I think like that is a very valid approach. Go to 50, get there pretty quickly, and then exemplar down. Just keep in mind, obviously, the missions will feel either harder or easier because the formula they use for exemplaring you down is not perfect. And you have more, you'll have a few more powers because you get to keep your powers up to 5 levels above, etc., etc. One of the interesting things, for example, is if you fight Flux the Outcast here and you're, let's say, level 20 and exemplars you down to 15, you'll lose a little bit of enhancement bonus. But if you're level 30 and you exemplar to 15, you use a significant percentage. Now you have more slots, so you should have more enhancements overall, but on some of your primary powers, you probably at level 15 or 20 you already have them triple slotted for damage anyways. So you will feel some of your powers be a little bit weaker per hit. But maybe you have more slots so that they recharge more often and things like that to make up for it. So, yeah. How do you make money with the reward merits? Forgot to do with them? Okay, that's a good question. Then before I start this story, let's give you guys a demonstration. But I need to do it with a character outside of her because I'm waiting for her to get to 100. I hope I got enough money just for her to level up again, honestly. Let's see how many reward merits Fall Tank Veil has. Salvage. So if we take a look at our salvage, we go to special, we see that she has 150 reward merits. She has more than the 100 I normally look for. So we're going to show you guys a couple of different ways to do this. let's see here. Now, personally, I find this a little bit more convenient to do this at Pocket D. You can do this in Atlas Park. On the villain side, you can do it in almost every major city. But you need access to a... and I'm going to cut my game sound for a minute. But you need access to... whatchamacallit... the merit vendor, the merit reward vendor. Sorry, I'm tired. Let's go to the merit reward vendor. Friday's been a busy day at work. Okay. Merit reward vendors. You find this in Atlas Park inside of the Capitol building. You just take a left and it's right there. On the villain side, you'll look at the map. The merit vendors are outdoors and they're just hanging out, and just find a merit vendor on your map and whatnot. So there's two things I'll usually purchase. One is the enhancement converters. This is in the salvage section. Honestly, any of this salvage is worth money. But 90% of the time, the salvage is what's worth the most per merit reward. We're going to take a look at the auction house here. Okay, so we're going to have the merit rewards open on one side, the salvages, and then we have the auction house open on the other side, right? So if we take a look at, let's say, converters, and we look up the price for converters, we see right now they're going for about 50,000. Okay, that's kind of low, but you get 3 of them for 1 merit reward. So 3 times 50 is 150,000 each, right? For 5 merits, you get 750,000. For 10 merits, you could probably earn 100 or 1.5 million. 1.5 million. Now, if you're telling them really quick, you might, if you want to get them right away, you might get less. If we take a look at unslaughters, so type in unslaughter, these are going for 100,000 each. Now, I've sold a lot of unslaughters in my time, boys and girls, and I can tell you that this is the price you'll get if you wait. But if you don't want to wait, you might get a lot less, like 60,000. Anyways, you get 2 unslaughters for each merit reward, not 3. So you would get, in an optimal world here, you would get 200,000 per 1 merit reward. So keep that in mind. And I'm going to show you guys some examples. Don't worry, we're gonna go through this. Then yeah, we're getting there, Richard. Don't get ahead of me here. Don't get ahead of me. And then last but not least, you got enhancement boosters. Now these cost 5 reward merits each. 5 reward merits each, right? But when you look up how much they sell for 850,000 to $1 million. So if you remember, when we did the math on the converters right now, we could get about 750,000. The boosters are more. The unslaughters, it looks like we can get, basically $1 million for 5. Because if we did 5 merit rewards times 2, that's 10. 10 times 100,000 for each unslaughter would be $1 million. So unslaughters looks like the better deal. We're going to go ahead and buy an unslaughter. And I'm going to show you guys how this works, right? So I got 2 of them for that one purchase. So I'm going to go to sell. I'm going to drag those over to here. I'm only going to sell 1 right here. Now, there's 2 ways to really kind of sell things. One is sell it for a really cheap price, so it sells very quickly so you get your money right away. The second way is put it in for a higher price and be patient. If I sell this for 100,000, chances are it's not going to sell right away. So if I put this in for like 100,000 right here, it'll go into the selling column, but it probably won't sell for a day, 2 or 3, or who knows. All right. Now, if I want to sell this faster and I'm willing to take a little bit less money, then maybe I put it in only 10,000. Now, what City of Heroes auction house does is if you put it in at a low price, and you can see here there's 8,900 people bidding, or 8,900 bids, I should say, 8,900 people. It'll take the highest bid that's currently in the system, and that person will be the winner, and you'll make that much money. So it's okay to put this in at 10,000, unless all 8,900 bids are for 10,000, then I'm screwed. So that's probably very unlikely. So I'll post it for 10,000. It'll sell right away, and I'll sell it for 65,000. As I mentioned to you before, if you sell it right away, you're not going to make the 100,000 on unslaughters. They are very. Ooh. So that means for 2 unslaughters for 1 merit, I would get 130,000. Whereas with the enhancement converters, remember you get 3 of those for 1 merit. So if I sell those really cheap, I'll get a total of 158,000. Okay, well, minus whatever fee, but 158,000. So 2 unslaughters would have been 130. 3 enhancement converters would have been 158. So do your math. Generally speaking, as I've said before, enhancement converters will generally get you the larger amount of money. Okay? Now, there is one superior option to all of these, and that is the winter conversion sets. So if you go to enhancements and you go to event enhancements, you're going to see what we basically are like the winter sets. They're very wintry themed, like avalanche and things like that. But there's a whole bunch in here. Now, there is... You can go on here and let's say we look up for avalanche. We look up for avalanche. You're going to see there's basically two versions. This is the full set of avalanche pieces right here. And these are worth these cost 100,000 or 100 merits each, but they sell for 16 to 20 million. So I know a lot of you probably aren't mathematicians, but let me do some math here for you. So if I bought converters and I sold my converters for 100 merits, I could have bought 300 converters at 50,000 each, would be about 15 million. This avalanche is going for 16 to 20 million if you're patient. Now, this is one way to make some money. This accuracy damage one, 16 to 20 million. 20 million if you're patient, 16 maybe if you want it right away. But if we take a look at accuracy damage in the purple up here, this is going for 22 million, 20 to 22 million. You make more for the superior version. You can basically use a catalyst to change a regular one into a purple one to sell for more, but it requires that you have a level 50 character that can equip this because you catalyze it while it's equipped on your character, and you have to be level 50 for this. So that's a longer, more complicated ask. But if your character isn't 50 yet, which is what happened with Mirage Monarch, I just bought one of these and I sold it, and I was patient. I put it up for like 20 million or something like that, and I waited for it to sell, and I got 20 million for it. So hopefully that helps. Now, if you want, now do any of y'all have a level 50 character and you want me to show you how to enhance it further? Or should I just move on and go back to playing Fallout Queen and killing things? I'm good either way. But yeah, that's how you make. So you know the what's that? Sure, I'll do that next. The TLDR so far is if you're a lowish level character and you have well under 100 merits and you need some cash, you're going to go usually for enhancement converters, period. If you have at least 100 reward merits or so, then you need to eyeball the winter pieces and sell those instead. You'll make a little bit more money. The catch is, though, you do have to have a down payment, by the way. I forgot to mention that. If you buy a winter piece and you go to post it, you're going to need to have like $1 million or so for the posting fee. So for that, don't go in with exactly 100, and yeah, it just doesn't end well. So, all right, so let's show you guys how to make even more money. You have a level 50 character with this, okay? And you can, by the way, if you have a lower level 50 character, you can buy this enhancement and send it to your 50 character to catalyze. But let's show you how that works. So to refresh real quick, these are your avalanches, right? And then these are your superior avalanches, right? These have better stats on them. They've been catalyzed. We're going to show you how to catalyze a regular avalanche into a superior one that sells for, on the average, 2 to 3, 4 million more. Okay. Let's say I really want to do it on this character. I'm even going to go the extra step and say, well, what if I want to do it on a level 20 character, but I have a level 50 character? First of all, think about your level 50 character. What are they? If they're a sentinel, for example, they probably cannot equip the melee enhancements. So I'm going to buy for my level 50 character, I'm going to buy a ranged attack enhancement. So let me find, oops, it's over here in the salvage section, Phil. Let's do range damage. And we have these they're called Winter's Bites. So I'm going to look up Winter's Bites. Okay. And it kind of helps. Okay, there's no superior version of Winter's Bites. It doesn't look like it. Ooh, really I thought all these could be superiored, but maybe not. Really? No. Is that true? Let me just take a look real quick. Winter's Bite is a ranged attack. Range damage. Winter's Bite. There's no superior... Here it is, superior Winter's Bite. There it is. Silly game trying to gaslight me. Okay, so I'm going to look through the six different superior Winter's Bites and see what's selling for the most. This is 22 million, 23 million, 25 million. The chance for speed recharge, that's why it's popular. 22 million, I bet you that's going to be the one to buy. 22 million, yeah. So we want the chance for speed recharge. We want this guy right here. This is the hot item now. This is going to require some patience to get the good money out of. You can see one guy here sold it for only 14 million. That's because he was in a rush and put it in at a very low price, and the highest bid at the time was 14 million. Be patient. Time is your friend to make money off these things. So I'm going to buy the Winter's Bite chance for a recharge right here. We're going to buy this. Ka-ching! There goes 100 reward merits. Just like that. And I'm going to email them to myself. Now, sometimes I get the question, how do I email something to myself? You're going to mail it to your account name and then do the email. Call it. We're going to call this Winter's Bite. And I'm going to pull it out of my inventory and stick it right in there and mail. Make sure you get this right. Otherwise, you're going to send it to a stranger. Usually, one safe way to do this, by the way, is just do a new email to yourself. By the way, if you want to be really, really safe, just do a test email to yourself and then see if it pops up here, and here it is right here, right? And then you can just hit reply and put it in. Now, when you type it to at your account name, anybody in your account can access that email. Okay, so there's my Winter's Bite. Now I need to pull this up on my Sentinel now, so I'm going to go ahead and log out and log into my level 50 Sentinel. How to get your account name? Well, that part's easy, right? Because you can see right here, as soon as I log in, it says right here in the chat channel at the top, using global chat handle at Wadlight. So there you go. If you're looking for your global name, it's right up there when you first log in. All right, so here's Firebug, and I would pick somebody who's in a Ricky zone. Let me see if I can just take her to Pocket D. All right, so we're going to go to our email, and we're going to pull out that Winter's Bite. We're going to claim it. Let me make sure, right there, claim. Okay, make sure it's spot in my inventory. Ooh, that was the wrong button to press, Phil. Okay, now I need to enhance it to a superior. For this, what we're going to need are a couple things. We need enhancement and slaughters, because we're going to slot it. We're going to enhance it, and then we're going to pull it back out. So we need at least 2 unslaughters. 1 to remove the enhancement I currently have in there, and then 1 to remove this one once I plop it in and enhance it. The other thing you need is a enhancement catalyst. And you can see I have 30 of them right here. There's 2 ways to get enhancement catalyst. You probably don't have any you may not have any on your character. They do drop as you play the game at higher levels, I believe. But if for some odd reason you don't have them, there's 2 ways to get them. One is you can spend reward merits to get them right here. Never, ever, ever do this. Ever. Look at me. Don't. Bad. Why? Because it's 20 reward merits. Now, we've already established that 100 reward merits can be worth 15, 20 million. 20 reward merits, therefore, is worth 3 to 4 million. But if we go to the auction house and we put in Catalyst, Oh, by the way, look at what's here in my inventory, by the way. Look at that, guys. Look at what's on my... Look at what's in her auction house listing there. A superior winter's bite for 23 million. I just sold one of these earlier. So Catalyst, enhancement Catalyst is going for 500 to a million. I've gotten them for less than 500 before if you're patient. So don't spend 3 million. I mean, don't spend 20 merit rewards on them though. Okay. So let's show you how to catalyze one of these. And whatnot. Yeah. Oh, if you put one reward merit in the mail, it automatically fills into your global... I didn't know that, Richard. That's a great hot tip. All right. So let's show you guys how to do this enhancement for Winter's Bite. So here's my Winter's Bite right here. I need an empty slot here. I'm going to stick that guy right there. Okay. So this is a ranged attack power. So I'm going to pull one out of Fire Blast here, and I'm going to unslot it. It says this is going to use one of your unslotters. We hit yes. Now unslotters... Remember, guys, those are worth 60 to 100,000 each. Not a big deal. We then stick in the Winter's Bite and then click on it. Stick the Winter's Bite, click on the Winter's Bite, and it'll say, hey, do you want to use an enhancement catalyst on it? You click on that, and boom, you've got a superior Winter's Bite. Hit exit. Hit exit. Oh, I need to unslot it now. I was like, where did it go? So unslot it, put it back into my inventory with an unslotter, and put my old enhancement back in there. Okay, now I can mail this back to my other character, and she can list it on the auction house to give her the money. Alternatively, I could post it with Firebug, and when the money comes in, I can mail it to my account. Right. So there's all of that. But yeah, now she's got it, so I'll just email it back to my account. And I'll say reply, and I'll stick in the enhanced Winter's Bite right there, hit send, and now I can log into other character and list it. Which now I'm trying to remember what character I did that in. Oh, somebody wrote me an email a few days ago. Oh, no, today. I hardly ever check these messages, by the way, guys. Howdy. Best way. Oh my gosh, I hate this email client. It's not working. Scroll. Why does it keep scrolling down? Howdy. What the heck? Okay, I should do it down here. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Okay. Howdy. Best way to connect with me and the crew is to friend me on Discord and ask to join us in COH. JCServant. Okay, there we go. Answer that question. All right. Let's see. Yeah, if you do a new email, so if we do a new email and we drop in an inspiration, catch your breath, hit send. No, we got to put a recipient in there. Where you said, mail your inspiration roses to yourself. Oh, yeah. But if we stick a reward merit in there, I think that's the key, right? Hit new. Go to salvage, because you can mail reward merits one at a time. I would never do it, but oh look, she's only got 1,200. Put her, yeah, it does put out wildlife right there, so that's another way. Yep. Okay. Does anybody remember what character that was? And it doesn't matter if they're hero or villain, by the way. Was that? Yeah, it doesn't even matter if it's on a different server or anything. Was that Voltaic Veil? I think it was Voltaic Veil. I'm trying to remember who I stole the merit rewards from. Yeah, it's Voltaic Veil. Okay. So, because she needs to post it up here. But did you guys see, so on that other character, she had sold one of these winter bites and it went for 22 million. Just have patience. Go to the auction house. List this bad boy. And just put up there for what you think it's worth. Now this is superior. I see that they spent 21 million, 22 million, 23 million, even 25 million. You could post this for 25 million if you're super patient. Eventually it will sell. This is, I would say, I'll put it up there for, yeah, something. I'll put it up there at some point. I'll think of some number. But yeah, just put it up there and yeah. Yeah, we'll do Fallout. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh, here's an enhancement and slaughter that sold for 100,000. Already sold for 100,000, guys. Remember that example we did? Oh, no, it hasn't sold yet. Okay. I thought it sold already. It's like, man, that was fast. All right. So, anyways, yeah. So, Fallout, I'm trying to get her to 100 or so, 110, so that she can do this trick and make at least 18, 19, 20 million. She can't get the superior version without involving another character, which I would think was kind of cheating. So for that character, it's supposed to be self-funded, so I won't do it with her. But I should be able to at least get 18, 19 million or something like that for the base Winters set. All right, so Fallout. Yes, because we are going to do one of my favorite story arcs of all time with her. And we're going to see if she can survive the pressure, because this is a tough one, too. So hopefully that kind of a helpful lesson for everybody. Okay. All right, let's do an officially introduction. Salutations, my name is Phil, aka JCServant. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Fallout Queen. We have a very special episode for you today. This is one of my favorite story arcs, and it is the Hollows Part 2 missions, right? Flux the Outcast. I really do enjoy this one, and we're gonna talk about as we're doing it, so we're gonna just jump into it. Check it! I've got a hot tip today. Some of my buddies in the Outcast are planning a raid on a warren infested with trolls. If you can get there, you can put a lot of bad guys in jail. If you can't, well, the caverns around the Hollows are anything but stable, and the Outcast are hoping to bring that cave crashing down with the trolls. Just in case their powers aren't enough, they brought along a couple of bombs to finish the job. Well, we need to stop that. That sounds terrible. This could get ugly, Fallout Queen. The trolls may be on the wrong side of the law, but I don't want to see them buried alive. Ah, so heroic. Oh, let's turn back on the game sound. And if those caverns collapse, it'll be your head and mine. Don't let that happen. Why would it be our? We didn't start the fire. Okay, we didn't do it. So we didn't set the bombs off. Alright, now, this says 2 bombs to disarm, but technically this is a kill-all. They just don't tell you until, because it's called the defeat the gang leaders and the crew. That basically means kill them all. Kill them all! So if you haven't seen the new storm summoning yet, this thing is so sick. So sick. You just snipe one of these guys and just look at this. Everything just lightning everywhere, just slashing. And look, this guy's already down to half life before I even start working on him. I'm just using single target spells or abilities. I didn't even have to use my radiation powers. Hey, Braddock, how you doing? We're doing one of my favorite story arcs, Flux, the Outcast, and we're doing it with Fallout Queen. And for those of you watching this on YouTube, I am streaming this at the same time. Oh my gosh, there's an intensify power here just because we're not doing enough damage yet. What's the cooldown on this? Oh, we got down to 1,011,000 seconds. Okay. Wow. And forbid we don't see what that does. Ouch. Yeah, I'm not even buffed yet with this. Oh, it is just wrong. Look at that. He died on the way because I shocked him. Jeremy, you still there? Yeah, teleport is the fastest way to get around. Once you get used to it, it's pretty cool. I have it on a couple of characters. Ooh, these look like a good group to test out this new super intensity button. Wow, is this even fair, guys? I don't think it's fair. Look at that. They just melt. They just melt. That's the only way to describe it. Just pure meltage. Look at that. That's insane. I'm not even using the really cool radiation infection dealie that lowers their defense. Yeah. Oh, so was it, what is the best, so Jeremy, you asked, what is the best thread to follow for merit missions for new players? We don't really have a thread per se. We do have a member in our Discord channel who plays these things regularly, and he constantly reports on how much he liked or didn't like or whatever. And I do have a spreadsheet that I'm working on. I need to do another update video on how that spreadsheet's coming along. That can be a bit helpful, but it's very incomplete, so it's 50% done, and it's kind of messy. Hello, boys. Do you feel a storm move? I like how there's like a storm coming in here in the middle of a cave, and they're like, yeah, you know, let's just stay here and see what happens. I have to say, for a minion, he was pretty tough there. And we need to get this bomb right here. Yeah, I can't even imagine this on a blaster, right? Yeah. Storm is so OP right now. I love it on my blaster, says Braddock. Yeah, this is a corruptor. So this is Stormblast Corruptor, and we're using and this was all chosen by the community, as I like to say over and over again, because I want to make it clear this was not. I don't want to take credit for this awesome character, and as you can see, she does incredible damage. Now, ooh, he actually hurt quite a bit. I might actually have to use the radiation powers here, boys. Let me just radiation him a bit down here, because, boy, he hurt. So radiation will make it to where he's a lot less likely to hit me. And make it to where I can hit him a bit more often, because I don't have any accuracies in my powers. So if I miss once in a while, you can see the last hit chance right there. It's probably because I don't have the radiation up. So let's see what the hit chance is on some of these. I think on Direct Strike. Direct Strike is a snipe, so it has a good hit chance anyways. But if you take a look at some of these other powers, that's only 79%, which is my base chance to hit. Because I have no accuracy bonuses in my powers. And that's because radiation lowers their defense. If I feel like I need to use it, I just use radiation. I've been doing the Alliance missions for 40 merits too. Good job, Tammy, because that's where the big money's at. Remember, you get 100 merits, you can do that trick I just showed y'all. Ooh, that hurt. I like these caves. These caves are fine, right? These are the caves you don't mind playing in. The lighting and the texture work is drab, but this is so much better than those other caves. Oh, that hurt quite a bit. Wow, you are still alive, aren't you? Not anymore. Scourge is my friend. Let's pop a little storm down there. Let's hit him with the sniper over here. Well, that lightning's gonna finish that guy off. That's too funny. Don't forget to go grab your clue. I don't know if I'm not too worried about the clue, but yeah, we're working our way up here. We gotta kill everything anyway, so might as well do them all a solid here. Wow, this really does make you feel like Storm of the X-Men, right? Like, it's just glorious. This is so glorious. Now you can see my hit chances are 50% because I use the radiation first. So I like monitoring your last hit chance. It really tells you a lot about what you're doing and what you're doing right or wrong or whatever. If you're missing a lot. Wow, are you still alive? Okay, about to say. Wow, okay, mission complete. Was there no enemies in this section of the cave? I swear this is a kill-all. Are there seriously no enemies at all in the east side of the cave? Now I'm kind of curious. Because it's always been my impression this is a kill-all quest. Yeah, there's enemies down there. Huh, oh well. Learn something new. All right, let's go back to Flux here. I swear that was a kill-all before. No, hold on, I had to fix something real quick. Oh, well, don't go past our mark. Where'd he go? Oh. It's like in this little crevasse right here. It's really irritating. Thanks for taking care of the outcast bombing, Fallout Queen. I have to admit, I was a little worried. It's hard being deep undercover sometimes. All the lying, dishonesty. You start to wonder whether you're the same person you used to be. But then you help a hero do something good for the world, and you know you're exactly who you want to be all along. Friend, I'm really beginning to like you. Let me hook you up with a few new enhancements. Call on me whenever you need a hot tip. I've got a tip for you, Fallout Queen. It's a doozy. The outcasts have learned that the trolls are planning a raid on the abandoned office Lieutenant Wincott's been using as a base of operations. The unit is made up of trained men, Fallout Queen, but they can't stand up to the trolls in a fair fight. I need you to rescue those cops from the trolls. A lot of good men's lives are on the line. I'm counting on you to save those men. A lot of them are my friends. Maybe this is the defeat all I was kind of confused with. Or maybe they've tweaked this mission. I'm beginning to wonder. You hear the rattle of heavy weaponry and the shouts of desperate men. Alright, well, this does say defeat all trolls, and there's 5 policemen to rescue, so... Oh, hello. See, they want to hit me so bad. Okay, he did hit me there. But their chances they hit me are pretty low. Of course, if they do, it really hurts. Oh, goodness gracious. Out of the frying pan and in... Oh, oh my. Okay, yeah, this is not exactly good for my health. Gosh. Oh, goodness gracious. I am not in a good spot here. Use the self-heal. Use the self-heal. Wow, that did not heal for a lot because there was no one near me. Whew. That was really, really nasty. You know, I point out to people that the radiation powers are really good. They're really great at making enemies inaccurate, which in a way feels like defense, but it's never true defense at the end of the day, because if for some odd reason the enemies are outside the radiation field, like they're coming up from behind or anything like that, it can get ugly super, super fast. So, yeah. Definitely be careful. You're still squishy. A desync drop thy soul for 500 million. Yeah, that makes some money ever since building recipes. What's a desync drop that sells for 500 mil? 500,000,000? I've never seen anything that sells for 500 million. 500,000, yes. 500 million? Like $500 million on the auction house? I would like to look that up, because I've never seen anything on the auction house. Yeah, I've never seen that before. I've never seen anything on the auction house that even comes remotely close to that. So I'd like to take a look at it. Well, there's another policeman rescued. Yeah, don't forget to check up on those little buildings. So, Choking Cloud can help you stop them once you get to level 24, so they won't leave your radiation. Well, that's good. Can't have them leaving the radiation. It's just rude. So what exactly is it called? Because I want to look this up on the auction house once I get done. Once I get done with this mission, I can access the auction house when I'm outdoors. All right, no one's in there. Oh, here's a little troll guy coming up to here. Might as well get the ground all wet and ready for him. I crush you, and then he just dies. There's a pet that went for 1 billion once. Nice. I like the storm comes up the elevator. It's really weird. Like, did I invite the storm along or did it just invite itself? Who knows? Oh, 5-star task force. Very nice, very nice. So do you have like a major group you run with to do those there, Tammy? You have a 5-star group that you're with? Because those can be pretty tough. Those can be pretty hot and sweaty, as I like to call it. And by the way, this is a boss fight right here. Whoa, he hurt. And now he's dead. Bosh Moss. Yeah, this character hit a boss, no problem. That was not even a sweat. We should turn bosses on. Oh, here's one right here. They'd love to hide in the little rooms here. I still got like 3 policemen to rescue, so Lord only knows where they're all at. I can't even see what's going on here. I'm just going to hit the attack buttons till things stop dying. Alright, that's one of the 3 policemen. Ah, geography. Getting stuck on geography. Did it slow for me? Well, there you go, Tammy. I'm glad you're enjoying that. It's not my cup of tea, but I'm always happy if someone's finding fun in the game their way. Okay, that's another policeman saved there. So there's one more policeman hiding somewhere. Probably on the previous... I don't even know where he'd hide around here. Make sure there's no one around the corner. Nope. There's a lot of side rooms in this floor, so he could be in any one of them. Always check out these little side rooms. Oh, well, up here. No one's in that room. Let's see, that's a thing into this room. No one's there. So they do love the little side rooms. No one's in that room. No one's in that room. Oh, hello, nurse. Think I found the last one, boys. You guys are not being very nice. And there we go. That one's all done. In Ultimate Brain, I like the slower pace. Well, Yeah, and I think those things aren't by nature. They're aren't they kind of rushed? I don't remember, but I don't usually play with other people because generally speaking, other people tend to want to do things faster than I want to do it anyways. According to Officer Jaffney, the trolls have a lot of human prisoners somewhere. That's a lead we have to follow up on. I think it's time to trust you with the biggest secret I have to offer, the location of Frostfire's hideout. Frostfire is in the Outcast founder, and he's the most respected leader. If you could take him out, put a real dent in the Outcast crime. Only trouble is, if I send you to his hideout, it could mean my head. The Outcast will know someone betrayed him, and it may not take long to think of me. So first, I need you to hit the streets and take out a few outcasts. Then you can claim that you learned the base's location from them. Keep asking about the hideout. It doesn't matter if you get an answer or not. The only thing that matters is that you put on a good show. That's actually pretty interesting setup for why you have to beat up people on the street. That's, as many times I've done this, I've never realized that. That's why he makes you do it, that street clean for these things. Oh, these poor guys about to feel the power of the storm right here. Trolls, 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 skulls, 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 outcast. That's what we're looking for, outcast. Oh, dude. Did you just see that lightning jump to all those dudes? That was hilarious. Okay, that's easy peasy. Thanks, hero. I owe you one for that. But now the word is circulating among the Howcasts that you're tearing a swath through the hollows, hot on the trail of Frostfire's hideout. That should keep them from guessing that I'm the one who sold them out. All right, hero, it's time to shine. I need you to get to Frostfire's hideout and take him out. It won't be easy. Frostfire has the respect of all the outcasts, and he'll be well defended. I hear his hideout is a network of small strongholds which can only be accessed by those with the correct keys. You got a big job in store, my friend. I recommend you bring along some teammates. Frostfire won't go down without a tough fight. He's far more dangerous than other outcasts you've faced. Frostfire's lair is guarded by the most powerful artifact the outcasts have collected, the warding altar of Tralfagar. You'll have to destroy that completely. Once you make it past the altar, you'll be almost to Frostfire's inner sanctum. Then you'll have to take on Keystone. He's a powerful prick who guards Frostfire with his life. If you can get through him, there'll be nothing standing between you and Frostfire. Yeah, this is a pretty elaborate mission part right here, so let's see how well this works out. Yeah, they're just minding their own business. Exactly, SL, exactly. 110%, so... I don't really play a stealthy character here, so we're just going to beat up everything along the way, but this is not a kill-all. We are looking for Keystone because that'll have the key to get through the, the things. Wow, these guys, just die. Die, please. Thank you. Alright, that's what I get for not radiating them first. Yeah, these mazes for Frostfire are always super, super big and complicated and all that other jazz. So you're definitely in for a big dungeon crawl with this one. Now, one of the problems that comes up here is these guys are all +1 to me. I swear, this is that... I don't know if it's a bug or weird design decision where they like to put a bunch of +1s at the front and then normal levels in the back. It's so weird. There you guys go. Oh, there's the one of those big altars. You don't want to be close to those when you destroy those. Those things are filled with TNT. Alright, so I'm not going to try to beat up anybody if I don't have to. Once I get some good money, I might get stealth, like at least a celerity stealth on this character. Oh, I love the jumping lightning. That is so cool. Which, by the way, I was playing Electric Dominator earlier this week, and I really love. I forget what it's called, something jump or whatever. But the lightning jumps from person to person, but there's a slight time delay. It's very well done. Yeah, the Walmart stealth. That's it. Oh yeah, we do love our cats. I do need to go and get my cat for a minute. Ooh, give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay. So here we go, guys. Cat cam. Cat cam. Cat cam. Cat cam.
Can I have a kitty?
Cat cam.
Cha!
All right, back to the game, guys.
We're sleeping together tonight.
All right, got to get to that Frostfire. There's a guy right behind there. There's a guy right there. I'll teach them all to get to fall on Queen's face. Oh yeah, you gotta have kitty cam, guys. Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Whoa. Oh, hello. We got a volunteer. Hmm. Let's see here. I built an energy stalker with teleport, pretty solid assassin with decent defense. Oh, there you go. Sounds like fun. Now let's see. Is there a keystone around here somewhere? Here, keystone. Paging. Paging Mr. Keystone. No, I don't think he's in here. Okay, nothing in here. Huh. No, this is a weird setup in this one. I do like sliding on the ice, it's fun. Whee! This is one of the cooler, pun intended, missions. But I think, they could have done more. Did I just run all the way back to the... I got turned around and ran all the way back to the entrance. That was stupid. But I think they could have... they could do more missions like this. This is really cool, very thematic. And there's a couple of other really cool thematic missions, but I would definitely like to see... Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'd like to see more like this. Sure, if we just run fast enough, they won't notice me. I think those guys are going to notice me, though. Woo! Wow, Queen has just hit another level. Another level of greatness. Oh, more guys there who want to feel the power of the storm. Everyone's a winner with storm. You guys don't look like Keystone. Ooh, that was a major lightning strike. Oh, there's Brick. Okay. Let's head on out here. And unlock the last door. Now, I'm gonna try just to run past these guys. And we'll see if that ends up biting me in the royal behind, and it probably will. Usually, your keystone dude is in this room. Oh, there he is. Right, there's a brick right there. I wonder if it's brick. Invention salvage found. Woo! But no key. There's a shocker. He's the lieutenant. Well, might as well kill him while I'm here. Outcast, torch. You know, this might be the one where the key guy's in this room up here. Oh, hello, guy. He's such a shocker. Ugh. Everyone's a shocker. Oh, geez, so much lightning. You almost feel bad for them. Almost. There's a brick right there. Let's try extra storm percentage chance here, and we'll hit him. Huh, thought somebody was hitting me from the side there. And I don't think I got the key yet, though. Whoa, whoa. Oh. I think I didn't get the final key yet. I think I still have to get the key from here. His back is turned. That's convenient. Outcast crushers, outcast torches. Yeah, you almost feel bad for these guys. Almost. Well, I don't know. I don't see any keystones in here, so maybe I grabbed the key, or... Well, I guess we'll find out. One way to find out is just to go and see what happens. I was once like you, Fallout Queen. I, too, thought the world was simple. Yeah, simple. Shut up, you moron. My point being, I learned the hard way that life isn't that simple. See, now that right there, That's epic storytelling, guys. Y'all could take some lessons there. Okay, that got a little hairy there because they got the jump on me. Oh, there's the keystone right there. He's all the way at the end. That's awfully convenient. Oh my gosh, she missed. Scourge. Here's some more Scourge for you. Scourge. All right, now this is the tough fight up here. This is a tough fight. Let me get rid of this guy at the door real quick because he's an easy kill. All right. So this is always a tough one. This is no matter how many times I do this, this is always a tough one. And hopefully we'll get this on the first take. But you never know. You never know. Okay. Because Frostfire is kind of rough. But the whole thing, the key to keep in mind in dealing with this fight, because there's a big group of these guys here and all this jazz, and the one thing to kind of keep in mind is that you don't need to beat them all. You just really need to beat Frostfire. And then you can GTFO out the mission. So there is that small and tender mercy. Now the ice here could be a little bit of a hazard, so I usually just fly over here to this corner right here and pick out Frostfire and Elite Boss. Here we go. Whew. Oh, here we go, boys. Let's crack the knuckles. Whew. We're gonna go ahead and pop a lot of inspirations and do the best we can do here. Okay, so we'll do accelerate metabolism first. And he can hold you, so it does pay to go ahead and do a break free to begin with. I forgot about intensify. And there we go. Like I said, you just gotta beat him. You don't need to beat anybody else. Just hit exit as soon as you're done with that and get out. That can be really tough for a squishy character because you got a lot of damage coming at you. And you gotta be able to take him down really quick. So eating a bunch of inspirations can certainly be a big, huge help there. With Frostfire, the picture, the outcast will have a hard time picking up the pieces. I don't really know what that'll mean for me. Maybe the force will put me out, or maybe it's time for me to go even deeper under. One thing is certain, it's time for you to move on, Fallout Queen. There's nothing more I can show you around here, but the Hollows run deeper than the outcasts and their petty tricks. If you want to learn more, you should go see Julius. So there we go. That is Flux, the outcast. We got through him in one go, and Fallout Queen's now level 17. So that certainly means we can definitely head over to Atlas Park here and get her trained up real quick, buy a couple more enhancements. Oh, and we got 18 reward merits for that, so that's super nice. Definitely could use those. For 45 minutes, not shabby at all. I was pointing out I got like 50 reward merits right now. I need about 110 to really get my next cash infusion. So I'm hoping I'm going to get that sooner rather than later. She's definitely been a slower start than Mirage Monarch. Alright, so we get 2 slots. There's definitely an argument for putting in some... for putting in... probably either accuracy or damages there. Maybe not in Jetstream. I need more damage and direct strike never hurts, right? Or recharge reduction intensify. 20% more damage for 10 seconds. Yeah. Yeah, Well, I would say probably hailstones and intensify. So I need a recharge and then maybe another damage. Well, the problem is if I buy these now and then I do the upgrades later on, when you hit the upgrade button here, yeah. I can be automatically leveled to 20. Yes. We'll bring these up to 20. Now, people have asked me sometimes, why do I only use 2 reds instead of 3 reds? And that is because you can see here, 2 reds give you 76%, 3 reds only give you 97% when you first get them. Now as they decline in value, you level up and you get to like 20, 21, 22, then you start getting more and more value out of that 3rd red. But that 3rd red only gives you 20% more damage off your base power. So that's why I'm a little hesitant to put a 3rd red into some of these powers. And put an accuracy there instead, but like I said, she's kind of got built-in accuracy, so let's do recharge and more damage. Recharge and more damage. So we're down to 364. We're going to definitely need those 100 merits before we do the next big upgrade. Oh, it said I lost a little packet there for a minute, but... Okay. And that is it for Fallout Queen for today. So if we take a look at her salvage here, we're up to 65 merits. So, yay, getting close to 110 we need. We'll do some more story arcs later. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, may God bless you. Okay, that's the end of that one, and I do need to get to bed, guys. It is getting late. Sadly, all good things must come to an end. That was another good run with our Fallout Queen, right? So... I hope y'all are going to have a good night tonight. Appreciate all of y'all who hung out with me tonight and chit-chatted on the chat. We had a good chat. SL and Grould and Jeremy and everybody else. Specification, Tammy. I don't know if I'll be streaming this weekend. It's kind of hit or miss based on chores and errands and free time and stuff. But if I do, I'll probably do maybe Guild Wars 1 since you guys seem to be interested in that. Maybe Guild Wars 2. But I'll stream something maybe this weekend if I get the time. And then Monday will be our next City of Heroes stream for a fact. If the Lord is willing, right? And I'm still healthy. So Monday night for our next big City of Heroes streams. I got videos going up just about every day as well. So you can always catch those videos on YouTube. All that other fun jazz. But thank you guys so much for watching. Mr. Braddock, I appreciate that. And SL, y'all have a great evening. Thank you so much for watching. And may God bless you. And Tammy. Gotta say goodnight to Tammy too. God bless you.